I don't think that's the Christopher Cross song.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Because the song actually sounds like it's in like phase all the time as opposed to the same.
Well, that's sailing. That never be the same.
Isn't all Christopher Cross songs like that? I'm
Oh,
assuming
no,
they
no,
are,
no.
aren't they?
No.
Bree, how's it going? Good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Thank you for all the tweets and retweets and everything else today. And yeah, I'm excited for a big show. You brought a beer to the table that you said this is the best it can possibly be.
Best, yeah.
You talked right before the show. You said don't want to oversell this, but it's supposed to be the most amazing thing it's ever hit someone's
You
taste
will
buds.
not know that it's a non-alcoholic beer. That's what I was told. I have it in good conscience, good confidence that this is the one. That this is the non-alcoholic beer to end all non-alcoholic beers.
And hopefully you can understand that we're being slightly sarcastic because it was, like I said, again, it's still a non-alcoholic beer.
Right.
And it was given to us with like, this is the best of what you probably can find. And we're still excited to try that. And if I have already overstepped our normal thing, happy Thursday to everybody. Thank you guys for coming out. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we are
About Beverages.
We are About Beverages. And we're going to be having several different beverages tonight. We're actually going to be almost having like a 2/3 dry January show in a way because we've got soda for the second part. We've got a non-alcoholic beer to start, but then we go to gin. We save it with some gin there. So.
And I was thinking, do we need to, like we do with whiskey sometimes, do we need to calibrate ourselves with gin?
We could.
With a known gin?
The only gin I have that's known currently, I've got some Magellan, which is one of the top tier though. So I don't know if it's good to calibrate with a top tier and then
maybe
you
not.
never know about the other one.
Maybe
but
not. Right.
You're more than welcome to. I do not mind if you want to hit just a little swish after we've had the sweetness of the Pepsi.
Hit a
some
swish.
Point.
Hit a swish after the sweetness.
Little swish before the cheek and gums, I guess they say.
That's right.
But yeah, thank you guys all for coming out. We are starting with a non-alcoholic beer. Let me see if I've got all my stuff in correctly. Called Busty Lush is the name of the brewery.
That's the name of the brewery, right.
All female-owned brewery, correct?
Yeah,
or at least the brewmaster is, like I said.
That's what and I guess she is married to a brewer, and the way it was described to me by Scott at Tap and Bottle was he's a nomadic, I thought he said nomadic brewer.
Okay.
And so he must obviously do a lot of different things, I'm guessing. And I guess when she was pregnant when she was pregnant, she decided that she wanted to have some beers that were non-alcoholic, that tasted good. So they embarked on the quest, kind of like the quest that we're on to find.
We have embarked on kind of a quest, at least for everybody else. Gin, you say? I know, Baker. Gin, you say? Like I said, the quest as well to try and find something that's actually good. We've tried stuff from Athletic Brewing. We've tried stuff from who else? We had one from
Lagunitas.
Thank you. That was the one I was thinking. I could think of it because it was like NEIPA or NAIPA or whatever, something like that. I could remember all of that, but not actually the brewer.
Not the actual brewer.
I have not actually had anything from Lagunitas in a little while. They've kind of they've dropped off my list a little bit of go-to breweries.
Well, although yesterday was 420.
The Waldos?
So I bought a 4-pack of Waldos last week, and on Tuesday I had a
Where was my offer?
Oh, I got it at Tap and Bottle, though.
Oh, okay.
Usually we get it at Trader Joe's.
I was going to say, you always do, and you always hit me up.
No, I do.
Because we always wind up making it into a 6-pack.
Into a 6-pack, right, because it always was a 6-pack. And then last year it turned into a 4-pack. They still had some there the other day. So if you're going shopping at Tap and Bottle.
Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah,
I got to go tomorrow or Saturday for myself.
It was still
Were they
quite
good
tasty.
as always?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one Lagunitas beer currently in my refrigerator. I still have one of the Willati's still left over from when I bought that 4-pack, which I was. And there's nothing against Lagunitas. I just haven't seen anything lately that has jumped out. Like I said, it kind of turns into what I've talked about. It's Moonraker, it's Adroit, it's La Cumbre Brewing Company, Still Stone. Usually I search for.
I saw Tap and Bottle
Dragoon, Tombstone,
Drecker. Did you say Drecker?
I hadn't gotten there yet, but Drecker's one of the other ones. Like I search for all of those kind of first, and then I kind of go to like, all right, what else might be out? And Lagunitas, unfortunately, has kind of fallen off that list. But anyway, we've been looking for a non-alcoholic beer just to be able to offer one. Like, you know, a lot of people say like, well, you guys drink, why don't you? It's like, well, it's not necessarily for me. I get a lot of questions in chat. I know you get questions when you're at work, you know, about like, oh, what's the best of this? Or is there a good one of these? And you like to be able to have that information. So we're kind of trying to do this research for you, just for whenever you may need one of these. I mean, does this still have like a teeny bit of alcohol or how does that work?
They say like 0.5, I think.
Right? Because then that means it was actually brewed. This can is kind of hard to read. 100% women owned, so we were correct on that. There it is. Less than 0.5%.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I'm guessing it's probably like a legal thing that have to.
Probably because you can't get
disclaim.
everything out of there,
Right,
I'm sure.
so.
Like probably some have even less than that. But anyway, so we've been trying to find one of these. So the description when you asked and talked to Scott, you said, looking for something. He kind of did a little bit of a dry January. So he tried many things. He helped us out. And
he
offered
doing
up
our research.
Yeah, he joined in on it. Little did he know. And this is the one he offered up. And he said it tasted kind of like what?
It reminded him of Fruitlands by Modern Times, which is one of our. Well, haven't had anything from them recently either, but always they have been a good one of our favorite breweries. And Fruitlands is kind of like a sour
until they go under
fruit beer. Are they going under?
Yeah, have you not read the stuff lately?
No, Modern Times.
They may be like bought out by the bank kind of thing. Like there's some things going on there. They're trying to like save it and try to do it, but it sounds like they've been hit pretty hard by not only the COVID and the economy and everything else, but maybe they expanded a little too. Like it seemed like they were just kind of blowing up for a while. I don't know what the final bit of that is. Like I said, again, comment down below if you're watching the archive on YouTube or if you guys know anything. I've just seen a bunch of articles lately where it's talked about.
Too bad.
I forget what the term for it is, but yeah, there's something where it's like the bank like buys it back and takes ownership, and then they may resell it to somebody. Who knows what might happen, but anyway. So Fruitlands from Modern Times, which is like, I guess that's technically like a sour, like a Weiss beer, which this also says tropical Weiss.
Sour fruit beer or something, but. Scott, they have three. Busty Lush has three different styles. Tap and Bottle has all three. This is the one he said was the most like a beer to him, being Fruitlands sour, which we like.
Yeah, I like that
hopefully,
one. No, that one's definitely they make a lot of good sours. The other ones are She's Golden, which is a blonde, which has water, malted barley, citra hops, and yeast. This one is the She's Passionate, which is a tropical Weiss beer, which they say the usual things. This one has Nelson hops, dragon fruit puree, passion fruit puree, and then obviously yeast. And then the last one is She's Divine is actually an oatmeal dark, which they use water, roasted barley, fenugreek, maple syrup, yeast, and Chinook hops. That sounds interesting too.
Yeah, that might be worth.
I would honestly try any one of these. I'm glad we have this one. It smells really good.
Yeah,
it actually does smell like Fruitland. I think he's very accurate with that.
And actually, considering this was canned in September,
that was the only other thing you noticed when you got over here, that it seemed like it was a little old, on the older side. Again, these are going to good aroma. These are going to last a little bit longer than with their freshness, but still anything like that, you're always kind of like, this is what are we talking? 7 months old?
7 months, at least.
Hopefully that was not a drink by date.
Then it's really old.
It doesn't say, so I'm assuming it's a canned on date. I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it is. It's that.
It is a
sort
tart,
of sour.
It's Gosa-ish.
Yeah.
Kind of getting in that range.
Very good.
I know there's no salt in it, but my mouth is actually kind of watering.
Yeah,
probably
me
because
too.
all the fruit and the tart that's in there. That's delicious.
Still has a lot of good flavor.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Yeah, that definitely a good recommendation. I mean, but that's what you get when you're going into some place like Tap and Bottle, though. You're going to get good recommendations, right? Yeah. Like I said, especially when you're talking to one of the owners, that's going to help out too. But they've got a lot of wonderful people that work there, so you're going to get that all the time.
They do.
This is actually quite tasty. Yeah. I like that. What's the percentage rate? It's less than 0.5%. It is a non-alcoholic beer, less than 0.5%. Also, hi,
hello.
Hi, Wildercard. How's it going? Less than 0.5% on this one, and it is, like I said, again, it is a tropical, think wheat beer, think like I said, Berliner Weiss, think that kind of, actually probably think more Berliner Weiss, think that kind of style. So it's definitely more toward the fruity, little bit of yeast kind of at the end, like a little bit of that going on at the end, but that's really good. I don't know. I would agree. Like I said, I don't know if the oatmeal dark, if the stout would be quite as good. Like I agree. Sometimes those can get a little more toward a cereal kind of taste,
right?
When you don't have the alcohol.
Maybe I'll pick one or both of those up next time I'm in there, though, just to.
But yeah, that would be definitely worth another try. And I like that they're actually using hops and stuff in here too.
Yeah,
which you don't always see in some of these non-alcoholic beers. They kind of just get around that every way that they can. HJ, how's it going?
Gosh,
good to
long
see you.
time no see.
Good to see you.
Because tax season is over.
The fall of the house of taxes,
for the most part.
Yeah, it really.
I'm sure it never
ends.
really. Yeah,
it really kind of never ends. There are
There
lulls. There are lulls. He's currently trying to figure out how he can pay Deebo Samuel is what he's currently trying to figure out.
Oh, okay. That's a tough one.
Which sounds like it.
Oh,
it sounds bad. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. What did they say to him that also makes him go like, I want to trade?
Well, I was here. Actually, I was listening to.
Here we go.
On the
Still alive
on the way over. The one channel that will play the Dan Patrick show, but Dan Patrick's on vacation this week. Rich Eisen show is also on that. So I was listening to the Rich Eisen show, which was this morning, but I was listening to just because the music selections weren't exactly what I wanted. And I thought, I'll listen to a little football talk. And I guess, so I heard something about, he's not really a big fan of being a running back.
Oh, okay.
He'd rather be a receiver who runs. He might want to be closer to home because he's from Carolina.
He is from Paraguay,
and so
well, you're not going to get any land.
So Rich Eisen said San Francisco's probably going to be able to move the franchise to Carolina.
That's not going to happen.
And then it also could be a money thing because
they want him to play center.
Play everywhere. He's a one-man show. So who knows? But I guess since he was drafted in the second round. It's him and two other receivers. I forgot who the other two were. That their contracts. It's not a 5-year thing; it's a 4-year thing, and
right.
So they assign him this year, or be kind of prepared to lose him next year. So, So anyway, the financial.
Yeah,
craziness.
And also the thing is too, like you look at him; he's never made it through a whole season either. So it's not like he's Mr. Durable. Like
he hasn't. Has he not? Okay.
I was pretty sure I had.
Oh, that's the other guy, AJ Brown, and he hasn't made it through a full season. That's the other one. That's one of them. There's one other guy.
But Deebo has definitely missed some time here and there. The lady on the can doesn't look too amused by that low percentage. She kind of doesn't. She looks a little perturbed by it. I think she's kind of like how we were. We were like, I'm not sure if this non-alcoholic beer going to work for me. And this one actually does. Yeah. Honestly, I can say without a doubt, this is the best non-alcoholic beer that we have had. Probably because they are going for this style where it is like the Berliner Weiss style. Yeah. That helps out a ton because you don't have any, I don't know, there's just always like some weird off flavors when people can't.
And that covers that and actually gives it some flavor to have that. So smart idea.
I would agree. Yeah. Very smart idea.
Smart idea.
Yeah. Very smart idea. And it's like I said, again, really cool. 100% women owned. They do 3 beers right now. Hopefully they'll do some more in the future. Yeah. Like I said, maybe we'll try some of the other ones if we get a chance. I would definitely be into doing that, but yeah, this one's really good. But yeah, I saw that because they were saying like, what is it, like DK Metcalf and AJ Brown?
Oh, he's the other one.
DK Metcalf, and then Deebo are all the ones. It's like, are they going to get paid? Are they going to get traded or whatever? But I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's unfortunately, like what always ruins it are people that get like way overpaid more than they should be. Like right now, the two outliers are Deshaun Watson and Tyreek Hill.
Oh my gosh!
Like they just got way overpaid for their talent.
I think Tyreek Hill got overpaid.
Isn't he like 30 million or something? 25 or 30?
25, I think. No, I'm just curious.
Yeah, someone that is getting like later on in their career. Like with if you're Miami and you gave 5 draft picks and are paying like a wide receiver, like whatever that is, like that chunk of your salary,
they gave up 5 for him? Man.
Because
you figure you get 2 or 3 really good years.
It's like 2 or 3 this year, 2 this year.
Okay.
And then it's like another 1
going
next
forward.
year and like a 4. And then I thought there was 1 even after that. So it's at least 4. And I thought it was 5. Now it almost makes me want to look it up. But no matter what, like I said, that just seems like, so then it's like if you're San Francisco and you're going to get rid of Deebo Samuel, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is what we should expect. It's like, no, that's not what you should expect. Like you should expect a decent amount because he's a fantastic player.
Yep.
But yeah, that's I thought I had heard some rumblings of like DK. I was like, oh, could DK Metcalf come to the Bears? I'll take him. But I don't want to see. That's the thing though. Like I don't want to get into trading off more picks where like we kind of.
I don't think those guys are gonna. I would bet they're not gonna do that.
I wouldn't think so. Those people have to be. I would think paid at some point.
Kind of it sounds like they're regathering picks. They're collecting picks again.
Yeah, no, the Bears are kind of doing the long-term plan, but like, yeah, anyway, that's probably enough football talk for half of our audience. They're like, oh God, is this all we're going to get? I came in here for other information. How's the rest of your week been going? Been going good?
Good. Well, I was going to say when I was at Tap and Bottle and I picked this up, it was also
Christian Kirk.
He went to somebody else.
Kirk Cousins went to... No, Kirk Cousins still with Minnesota.
Yeah.
Who was I thinking of? Oh, we just got disconnected, OBS. Oh, no.
So what does that mean?
Well, no one can see us right now.
Oh.
Wait, see if we come back. No, Oh yeah, he did a while back. That was insane.
Can they hear us?
Nope.
Oh,
nothing right now. But we are still recording though.
okay.
So we keep performing like we're on right now. We've been reconnected.
People see us now?
Hopefully they will see us now. Anyway, go back to what we were talking about. Yeah, like Kirk Cousins, when he got brought over, that was like insane. The amount of like money that he got for, I mean, that guy has probably gotten the most money ever for a player that literally does not deserve it at all. Like the most average of quarterbacks, fails in big moments, randomly will come up in a big one here and there. Yeah. And just like, yeah, it's just like, talk about outkicking your coverage, outkick that coverage. But
so one of the, so I'm always on the quest for the sours now. You know,
oh, okay.
Quest for sour. So when I was there, there's one from Bottle Logic that I had seen and was interested in. It was like Nectar of the Night or something like that.
Okay.
But it never said sour on the thing. But then when I looked at their menu, because I thought, oh, maybe I could buy a crowler. Their options were, there were a couple things I was interested in, but nothing super interested. But they had, so I thought, well, I'll look for the crowler. They actually had that Bottle Logic one on draft, and they gave me a little sample, and I tried it, and I did get a can of that for a pocket to try, but we haven't gotten to that.
Oh, okay.
But the one we did try that was fun, it was called V. Beauregard.
V. Beauregard?
And it was blueberry.
Okay.
Blueberry sour, so violet.
Ah, okay,
violet,
good.
You're turning violet.
Violet.
And the little sign on the...
Bull, no roast beef, but we're still trying to get it right.
The wording on the sign said, tastes like sweet tarts. And so I asked, I said, does this actually taste? Because I said,
right.
It has to taste like that and not beer at all. And so I bought one, and it was met with strong approval.
Oh, okay.
So it actually is pretty good. It does taste like.
Literally, she hit you in the face with the can and said, "Don't bring it back."
In Arizona, like the blue van or blue
Bayou, blue on blue,
Arctic.
There was something the other day we were watching. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was, we were finishing up watching The Watchmen. Finally, we finally finished that series that has been on HBO some 2-3 years ago. We finally watched the last 3 episodes of Watchmen. And in doing so, at the end, one of the parts they start playing, I'm Mr. Blue. And I said, I can only think of vacation whenever I hear that song.
Want to relive a great moment? Huh?
Yeah. It just makes me think of like, there's so many like you can only almost tie stuff to movies and stuff like that so many times. Like there's so many things where it's like, I only think of this movie because of this song or whatever else.
It's College Street. College Street Brewery, out of Lake Havasu. They have something called like Blue Bus or Blue Wagon, which I've seen like at Total Wine. But that's the one who did the V. Beauregard blueberry sour.
Oh, okay.
Which was very good. And then we had tried from Prairie, the Rainbow Sherbet. And that was good.
I have had that one.
That was good.
I have had that one. That one is good.
I also bought a Vape Tricks for her to try because it's cherry.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, so we have that too. So
okay.
And yes, Nectar of the Night.
Shame on the night.
Puffy from Arizona Wilderness, which is orange. So,
okay.
We will
so
details.
Did you just live in the sour section apparently?
Well, I went down. I start at one end, peruse, mental notes, peruse, and then come back, and then make the selections.
Prairie Sherbet is tasty. Yeah, it is.
It's very good. It is. It's like triple. If Dave Cizek were ever going to drink a beer, it would be that one because he loves the triple treat, and that's kind of what it tastes like.
The triple treat.
Triple treat.
That's what he used to be called.
Oh, Dave was
the triple treat.
Triple threat.
Are you the triple threat? No, I'm the triple treat.
Triple treat.
I think we're the tasty treats. But yeah, so we finished up Watchmen, which was great. Like I said, we enjoyed watching that. And then we've just kind of like been trying to find some series to watch. We started watching. There's a show called Our Flag Means Death. I don't know if you've heard about that at all.
Gosh, no.
It's on HBO. It's from the people that did Alone in the Shadows. It's Taika Waititi, the director that does he's done the Thor movies and stuff, but he's also done a bunch of other like cool indie. He did Jojo Rabbit, which was like a kind of an indie movie. I haven't found anything that you've seen
yet.
Okay, do you remember? Do you remember the Flight of the Conchords?
Oh yeah,
Britton Germain.
So What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows. That's
okay. I was going to say I know What We Do in the Shadows. I didn't know about Alone in the Shadows.
Yeah, I couldn't remember that. We never finished watching that show. We watched some of that one, but there's a movie.
I've watched the movie. We've seen the movie.
You couldn't even finish the movie. So there's the movie, and then there's like a show now that's got some different characters, but it's based on all that stuff. But anyway, so but it's got it's got Murray.
Oh yeah,
Murray is the lead character in this show. Our Flag
Okay.
Means Death,
Okay.
and it's basically that same kind of a idea about a show where it's kind of like offbeat and whatever.
Okay.
And then it's pirates.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So it's on HBO Max. I don't know. Do you guys have that yet?
We do not have that.
Okay.
No.
I thought it was. We watched 2 of them. I thought it was pretty funny. Like I said, very similar to, like I said, those other shows. It's like I think it's gonna be interesting to see where it goes. So we'll keep watching that. But then we
Murray
did a couple of those, and then we dipped back into Curb Your Enthusiasm because we hadn't. There was like several seasons of that I hadn't missed, like toward the end. So we started. So I was like, we were kind of like looking. I was like, do you remember that scene? I was like, we haven't watched any of these. And so I just literally started at the beginning. So we just started watching them from the beginning. And I'm kind of amazed how many I remember. You've watched the first episode of Flag. Did you like it? Is that going to keep your interest? Was it enough for you? Like I said, I thought it was pretty good. It was kind of the humor I was expecting. Like I said, there's a couple characters that really make me laugh. And then there was kind of some lulls here and there. Last season of Curb was fun. Yeah. I want to get again, we haven't, I think we probably saw up through because there was like season 11 of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I saw because when we scrolled all the way through, I was like, oh my God. And I think maybe we walked up, maybe we watched like up through season 7 or 8. I think whenever the first like season or 2 where they had like the family on there was called they were the Blacks because it was like JB Smooth and some other stuff like from there. Like I said, they were on there. First episode was a little dry. It was a little bit. The second one definitely picked up because they did a little more story with the woman who's like hiding on the ship. They did some more stuff with her that was kind of funny, and some other stuff. One of the guys. It's funny how you watch like shows like that are new and like some people that are in that. It's like, oh, that's the guy that's in the Batman movie, and like I had literally never seen this actor before in my entire life, but he kind of had a voice that was kind of distinct. It was like, it's kind of got this like airy, breathy, like slightly higher voice. And then all of a sudden he's in this show. I'm like, what the hell? What are you like blowing up now? Like
he finally hit his stride.
He hit his stride. Yeah. But yeah, definitely. If you have HBO Max, watch the Batman. You can watch it now.
So you tweeted about that as well.
I almost watched it again, the whole way through again. But yeah, that was good. So yeah, we've been kind of watching that stuff. I almost canceled Netflix, I guess, like everybody else on the free planet. Like, I don't know if you saw Netflix stock like dropped like 500 billion, like some ridiculous amount, or 50 billion or something.
They raised prices.
Yeah, and then everyone was like, I'm out.
And then they were doing a thing where you couldn't share.
Yeah, they were trying to do passwords.
They're trying to do that. I don't know if that's happened or not yet. But
that was a lot of people were like, half the people that watch Netflix are probably sharing with someone else's like secret,
Yeah. I mean, if it's, but the thing is, it's like they don't, I guess you've kind of like reached a point where everybody who can get Netflix has Netflix.
Yeah.
And it's like how you make more money. So anyway, I don't know.
Guardian Down, good to see you. Good evening. Good evening.
Greetings and welcome to the show.
And welcome. Thankfully, we are back on the air after the dip down for a second. I don't know. It's always frustrating.
We had a little alert that we were gone. We went dark.
We went dark, but we're back.
We're back now. We've refreshed.
Sure, hopefully.
Refreshed. If you can't see us, let us know. Oh, wait.
Yeah, wait a minute. You haven't seen it. It's new to you. Yeah, no, it definitely looks
Where'd
like
you go?
There. Yeah. But yeah, so that was, like I said, that was kind of most of my week, other than also getting a flat tire. That was nice.
Saw that. You had to postpone a day of streaming.
Yeah, it was really annoying. Like, I had to get a new tire and everything. No issues on your end? Okay, I'll take it. You walked away at just the right time. You're like, I'm out for a second. And then you came back and we were already back.
Which car?
The Subaru.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was driving home. We went over to Joe's to watch the new season of Better Call Saul started. So we watched those 2 episodes and then literally made it about 200 feet from his house. And all of a sudden, like little lights came up, like, your tire is low. And I was like, really? Like, how can it be low? And then all of a sudden, like, got out and looked. It was literally, I've never seen a tire so flat. Like, it was literally flat. And when we finally found, after we tried to put air in it, which had held some air, and then we heard the leaks, and we wound up switching to the little, that even on a car like that, they give you just the donut.
Right.
So we put that on, and then we looked around, and finally we saw like that you could tell a nail had been in there, and it must have fallen out.
Oh, wow.
So the nail was actually holding the pressure. And then at some point, like when I was just driving, it just popped because you could see the impression of the nail, but then it was the hole. And it just,
at least it was acting like a plug.
It was acting like a plug. And at some point it said, I'm done.
I'm out.
I will do this no longer. So yeah, so we had to do that. And then Fact, but yeah, I'm getting ready for bed, so I'm in it. It's fine. It's totally fine. See, that's what makes it perfect for you. Then you're like, man, these guys are just on all the time. But yeah, so then I had to go and got the tire changed out. Luckily, and what was annoying was that initially it was like, because it was like right in the middle of the tire. So I'm like, oh, this will be easy patch. Like I won't have to do anything. And the tires are still in really good shape. And then they initially gave me, they're like, well, you're getting a little lower, but you're still in the green. But if we have to replace it, you have to replace 2 tires because it's all wheel drive and you can't just replace one. I was like,
okay.
Okay. I'm like, please no, I don't want to replace 2 tires right now.
Oh, okay.
So then they went out and thankfully they were able to fix it. But then what wound up taking way longer than it should have, because I had an appointment, was I drove away, and as I'm driving away, I'm still noticing that the little like light is showing on that the tire is low, and like another little sensor monitor was coming up. How there's a sensor now for all the tires. It's
right.
The TPMS monitor system or whatever was saying that it was like check your manual or what. Like it was. I was like, okay. I'm like, well, maybe I just have to drive a little bit, and then it recalibrates. So I drove, went to the bank, like came back, like drove around. I was like, it's not turning off. I'm like, is there a way to reset? I'm looking it up, trying to find on YouTube. Is there just like a button you hold down to reset it? Couldn't find anything. So I'm like, called and like, oh, bring it back down. Then we'll drive back down there again. Go in. They have to bring out this little sensor. They go to each tire and they hold this thing there and it like monitors that. And then they go to each tire and do that. Jeez. And then they have to get in the car and it's almost like when you go to the DMV, they like pull out this plug and plug it in there. And it's like they're going in there and putting in a code and they have to reset. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
And then that didn't work.
Oh no.
They did that like twice. And the guy's like, usually Subarus do this really well. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, oh, I don't like hearing that I'm the one in the million guy.
Of course.
There's a lot of situations where you don't like hearing that. This is one of them. And so, yeah, he goes through the whole thing and, oh, I'll try it again. Well, we've had one of these diodes isn't working. I'm not sure which one it is. I'll go grab the other one. We'll try it again. So he does it again with the other one. Same thing. It's not like it's saying that it did it, but then the car doesn't seem to be resetting. Like, I don't know. So he goes inside. Well, some error codes. Let me go inside. So I'm like, go inside and he's looking and hey Kyle, can you come over here and look at these codes? I'm like, mother trucker. Kyle. And then like finally they're like, oh, that says that's not right. He's like, yeah, so all the sensors are working. Okay, well, all 4 of them wouldn't go. That never happens. That wouldn't be it. And if they're all reading, well, it's probably this thing. And I was like, oh. Finally it was, well, see if it, because after they did that, I like when I have had to put air in one of my tires before when it was off, I did have to myself drive around a little bit for it to kind of like hit again. And I said, now do you think I need it since you've reset everything? Now do I just need to drive around and it'll turn off? Well, it could be. I don't know. Like, I'd probably call the dealership and see. I was like, it wasn't like this when I brought it in. It was one of those things. It wasn't like this when I brought it in. That's so weird. My Volkswagen has a reset button for the tire pressure. Yeah, that was what I saw online. Like every time I looked it up, people were talking about other vehicles like, oh, hold this button down, or it's just right under the steering column. And I'm like, looking, there wasn't. And this was like, yeah, they literally, the thing that was under the steering column area was this cable that they had to connect to their little diode or whatever. But yeah, so finally then I just like drove and I was driving home and I was like, well, I'm like, I'll just take today. Like, I'll just drive down to the dealership then, like, and just get all this done. So literally as I was just getting the lane do it, everything reset. Oh, and then I was like, so good. It finally did. I was like, okay. So it finally just had to be. So then I was nice enough. I called back to the place that I went to.
And you let them know.
And I let them know that it was okay. And then I said, hey, for future reference, if anyone comes in with my car again, or a car like mine or whatever, maybe it's just because of being a newer vehicle. I'm like, this is what you have to do, the thing that you guys did, because it was not resetting before and I drove plenty.
Right.
I said, so you have to do that. And then it's drive around for a little bit for it because, yeah, it was literally like I was driving, wasn't, and then all of a sudden it was like, boop, like it was like, okay.
The car's like, hey, are we okay?
We're good.
Okay.
I think everything's
okay.
All right. Let him know.
Okay. We're good.
Let him know.
Yeah. All right. We're better. We're back.
So yeah, they seemed mildly appreciative for it, but they're always nice on the phone anyway. But yeah, it was.
Where did you go for it?
Usual place. Little discount. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So because they
always do free patches and stuff too. I've not on this vehicle. It's the tires that have come with it, so I didn't have any other record on that kind of stuff.
Well, so what you can do, and I did this on the Sorento and on the Volvo, is after you get your car, you can actually go to Discount Tire and you can buy the road hazard warranty on those tires. I didn't know that. Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, it's depending on the tire, it's not necessarily cheap, but in a situation like that, it would have. Because it's funny you had tire issues because I've been since a couple of months ago when we went up to Flagstaff the last time. We had noticed the car starting to like vibrate once it got to like 50 miles an hour.
Oh, was it just out of balance?
And it was only at those certain speeds. And so I'd made an appointment with Volvo, but the day before that, I went to Discount Tire, and I just said, because it was time for the tire rotation.
Oh, sure.
So I did the rotation, and they balanced it, and the problem actually got better. It wasn't gone, but it was better.
Oh, okay.
And I went down to Volvo the next day, and the guy's like, yeah, well, you have Continental tires. And the Continental tire, they have this thing called Contisoft. It's a layer of foam that they put inside the tire that makes it 9%. Contisoft. Yeah, you can look it up online.
Yeah,
and it
will.
And it makes it quieter, but he said that eventually that layer starts to separate.
Also,
from
it's
your
just
tire.
flopping around in the tire.
So and that's a lot of times what happens. He's like, yeah, what we do. He's like, it'll be $60. He's like, we'll take your tires off, remove that, rebalance them, and I was like, well,
do they put that back in there?
And I said, I have a road. No, they leave it out because you don't need it. And
you're all, but I want the quiet again.
Yeah, well, a 9% versus, I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I wonder if that's covered by my road hazard warranty. So I went up and finally I did that on Monday, and they're like, well, we usually don't take that out. And so anyways, they balanced it again and he said they put some heavier weights in this time. And so far the problem has been taken care of, but yeah, so both Pocket and I were like, why would you put something like that in there that's going to eventually separate and cause your car to, yeah, it's quieter, but I'm shaking like it. I mean, it's not a horrible, but it's definitely noticeable. So.
Well, and that's just going to put more extra wear and tear on the vehicle then too. Anytime something is vibrating when it shouldn't, like that's always going to cause
not good.
A little extra wear and tear. Like, for sure. That's so funny. I've never heard of that. Is it just that tire brand, or is it a Volvo thing?
No, I guess it's, if you go to Continental's website, it has that on there. And then like when I was looking at those tires, there were like reviews, and like the first 2 or 3 reviews, I hate Continental tires. They suck. This got the hello, Pocket.
Hey, Pocket.
She's finished the day. The day of work is done.
Discount is game saver. I drove 300 miles on an almost flat spare to the only place from Nevada to Idaho which had my tire size. Yeah, it's like I said, I know I've always been very happy for the most part with their stuff. Well, and even this, like I said, that was everything they did was free. Yeah, I didn't pay for it, even though I don't. Good. I mean, I've bought other tires there before, but not on this vehicle. Right. But that's interesting about the road hazard stuff. Yeah, you can do that. You can, and then they even say, "Yep, now your tires are our tires," and so they'll cover it. Like I said, it's depending on the tire. Remember, with the Sorrento, it wasn't nearly as expensive. It was a little pricier, but at least for some reason, because I had said to Pocket, I said, I'm kind of hoping I go in there and they're like, yeah, we're just going to have to give you new tires. Yeah. Because that's what that road hazard is for. Yeah, so. If you've got that, and as long as your tread depth is still at the point, like if you do get like a nail or something in there and stuff that they can't fix, then that's all covered by that kind of stuff. So that's a good thing. Which, especially here in Southern Arizona, it seems like more often than not, within a year or two, you're probably going to get a nail in your tire. Like our roads are they suck. If you have no flat, prepare for a blot and try not to be 70 plus miles per hour. Yeah. Oh man, I tell you. I mean, because there's stuff you can put into for like your own tire repair things and whatever, but it's not. It's temporary. It's temporary. That's true. All right. Should we go grab the first podcast, Beverages? Let's do that. Multiple beverages of the evening. Yeah. And more sodas. Yeah, we're going to continue. Why are we talking like this? I don't know. Don't know why we're doing it. You finish. What's that? No, it's cheese. Cheese. And that? You Americans. It's cheese. Yeah, so we're going to continue with our current non-alcoholic show going on here. Right. We're going to go with some sodas that have been nitro infused, and then we will hit it up with some gin at the very end. So, yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. See you in a bit. RX, that's good. I like that. Tell me more about the 2015 Rhone Valley P245 R17 Pinot Noir with run flat technology. That's very funny. It's combining beverages and tires, which is what we've been talking about. Exactly. So. About tires. Do we have that website? Should we have bought that one already before people? About tires. About tires. All about tires. Welcome to Click and Clack with Discount Car Talk. Wasn't it Click and Clack? Were those the two old guys? Click and Clack. They thought they were very funny all the time. Those guys. Back in the days of AM radio? Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. That used to be on NPR. Oh, is that what it was? I think that used to be on there. Because that was always like right before Wait, Don't Tell Me or something like that. Okay. But yes, all right. So we're moving on from Busty Lush, which we would give a resounding thumbs up to. Thumbs up. Definitely really enjoyed that. Would like to try more of their stuff. More like About Tired. Oh my God. Let's go. There we go. About Tired. I like it. This website's over the top. See, we got to pour like vigorously. They were brothers, weren't they? Okay. Wasn't it Click and Clack? Which also sounds like some sort of disease that you could have sexually transmitted.
The Click and Clack.
Oh God.
It's followed up by the Frick and Frack.
I was with this woman the other night and I got the Click and Clack.
She gave me the Click and Clack.
Oh my God, the Click and the Clack? Oh God. One of those you can actually get rid of. The other one.
You'll never get rid of that one. That's right.
Got that forever.
It's the dual. The dual
is a double threat, literally.
Right.
Quite
right.
literally.
The Click.
Confirmed KJZZ in PHX. KJZZ in PHX. KYOT. All right.
KJZ. Oh yeah, KJZZ. Is that the PBS station there? KJZZ.
Are we gonna go with the original first?
I think that's probably the one to. Yeah. See, it's deceptive. They look like 16-ounce cans, right? You'd think.
Well, it's 100%. It's a 16-ounce can. There's no way it's not.
Well,
there is no Pepsi would not do this to me. Of course, it's a 16-ounce can. Look, it doesn't even say 13.65.
I know, isn't that
what
weird?
is this bullshit?
I don't know. It's funky.
Pepsi, what's going on here?
What are you doing?
13.65 fluid ounces. What kind of number is that? Is that an exact amount of milliliters? It's not even an exact amount of milliliters. If it was like, oh, that's 450 milliliters, you'd be like, oh, sure, I get it.
Right.
I get it. 404 milliliters. The hell is this?
It's a 404.
Not found.
Not
That's
found.
what this is going to be
That's
soon.
right.
Not found. If
Not
you're giving me
found.
these kind of ounces and milliliters. All right. There.
And forward to a little jolt of caffeine. Oh wait, no, this isn't Jolt.
No, all the sugar and twice
Jolt
the caffeine.
Cola.
16.9 ounces on your milliliter dial.
There's a lot of
13.65.
cross-referencing going on there.
I
like
love
that.
all of
I
this
know.
too. It's getting a little confusing, but I like it.
13.65. Yes, it is 27.3 proof.
Yeah,
Pepsi.
13.65% alcohol Pepsi. I wish. Although, when they make it here, I have not seen them yet in the stores. I have looked for them. But I have it on authority that we should try. They have the, the hard seltzer Mountain Dews. There's like a Baja Blast, and there's like 4 of them. There's like the original Mountain Dew, and there's the Baja Blast version, and like a couple others. I think they do a cherry or something, whatever it is. But they're like it's like a hard seltzer Mountain Dew. So we'll have to, when those come out, we'll do a fun podcast of that too. And by come out, I think they're in like 3 or 4 states, like they're testing them out. I have not seen them here yet. If anyone has seen them yet, let me know. If you want to send them to us, you can do that too.
That'd be fine.
I'd be fine with just doing that.
Sure.
All right. Are you ready? Should we do a podcast?
Let's do it.
Code Red, the
Pepsi
code of the
it up.
streets. That I think almost is
My beat.
probably
The streets.
Yeah. Let's face it, I am the streets. I think that might be the new my complete favorite of Mountain Dews. Probably be the Baja or the Code Red.
Gross.
What?
The last comment.
Baja Blast is what happens if you drink the water from the Gross.
We call that the Baja
We
Blast.
call this the Baja Blast.
In the future. It's coming.
A future blast. But
on
yeah,
the way.
so took down a few things. We're going to
Okay.
record this. This will go up on YouTube. More than likely, this full archive is also up on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, hi. We have a live show on Twitch. You can come see Thursday evenings. If you
Join
want to
us.
see more of this live, or if you want to see me
came from Thursday
in a
night.
much smaller version, like kind of on the side over here, but a video game back here, you can see that every day during the week. So there's my shameless plug for all that stuff.
Of course.
I'm ready when you're ready. Wait, hold on. Okay, now I'm ready.
Sibilance.
Yeah.
This is actually something we have not had on a podcast in quite a while. The beverage we're right. I mean, a type, a style.
Oh,
of
sure.
beverage.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we do like these. One of our favorite podcasts actually involved the counter brand
Yes.
to what we're about to have right
Right.
now. One of our favorite podcasts. I don't know if this one's going to go quite as well. I mentioned to some
Find
people
out.
when I was live on Twitch earlier this week what we were going to be having, and they were like, "Oh, good God." So I don't know if it's like could just be a flavor thing for some people, could be a texture thing.
Could be. Could just be nothing.
Could just be nothing.
Could just be good marketing.
Yeah, let's just get into it. We've got a nitro soda for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverages that we're about today are both from Pepsi. And they're Nitro Pepsis. One is just their original draft cola, and the other is a vanilla draft cola. Vanilla.
Which to me initially just already sounds too sweet. Because Pepsi is usually on the sweeter side anyway, a little more sugar. I'm going to be honest with you, as we always are here at About Beverages. I'm a Coke guy.
Me too.
I'm a Coke or Dr. Pepper fella.
Or even RC. I like the RC.
You are an RC kind of guy.
I do. I haven't found it in a while, or haven't looked for it, I guess. Probably why I haven't found it.
All right.
But I was at the store the other day.
Found it.
You must not. Well, yeah. A lot of times you must be looking for something to find it. Not always. Sometimes it finds you.
Sometimes it greets you.
But yeah, it's like this. Actually, I turned around at the grocery store the other day and I was like, oh, those cans look cool. I wonder if Andrew has tried these, and or have you even heard of them? But because I had not.
I think I had heard of them, but had forgotten about them, to be honest with you.
All right.
So yeah, no, I'm excited to try these. This is kind of like Guinness, where they say that you want to pour it into the glass. You want to do it says chill can, pour hard, and then admire and enjoy.
We will admire and enjoy.
So we will see how this goes. So we're going to do that. We're going to pour that into a big glass, but then we will not be sharing this glass. I will separate it in 2 other glasses. But we want to do it for the pour. I love this 16-ounce can, though. I very much appreciate that Pepsi would do a full 16.
It looks like a 16-ounce can. It's actually 13.65 ounces. That's 404 milliliters to you and me. Oh, there it goes. It's happening.
This is really interesting pouring a soda like this, I'm going to be honest.
It's not going down as far as I thought it was going to.
No, Guinness does like the really deep like foam. This is definitely it's got a creamy head to it.
And even
There's
like the picture, if that you'll be able to see the link at the website, you'll be able to follow that. Has a much more luxurious nitro infusion than what we're seeing here.
Yeah, that looked fairly normal. Like I said, but again, at least the foam on the top though stayed going a little bit more.
Looks good.
Could probably float a cap on that if you desired.
Of course.
All right, I should have seen now what I've already realized. I didn't bring a towel in here. Probably gonna make a mess. We'll just make an attempt.
You are a beverage. Oh, now we're getting the nitro. You have to re-pour hard.
Oh, okay.
No, maybe. I don't know. It did.
Good to know.
It's a fast nitro. It's speedy.
Speedy Nitro.
Speedy Nitro.
This is the Lightning McQueen of nitro sodas.
Very well done. So you are a professional. You've poured in many more dangerous arenas than this. And,
all the electronics I do not want to buy again.
That's true.
That's kind of half the key there. But yeah. All right. Let's just get into it. Yeah. It's a Pepsi, obviously.
That's right.
Smells like Pepsi. Wait, with a little.
The fruit.
There is kind of like a hint of something else in there.
It's the cola nut.
It is getting, it is like I think that the cola nut is actually like kind of coming through like a little bit more. Oh man. All right, let's just get to the taste then. We've got another one to try. Oh, I know what it tastes like. And I'm not going to say Pepsi because that'd be a good joke, but I know what it tastes like. It tastes like when you get a Slurpee and then the Slurpee gets watered down. Like, is it like, what do you call it? As it
melts?
Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. That's why you're my brother. You knew what I was thinking. Yeah. As it melts, there's just a slightly different flavor. It's like almost when Coke, like the Coke Slurpee, like that Slurpee gets melted down and it's like a slightly different flavor, but it's still kind of good.
A little diluted, but still good.
Yes. A little diluted, but still, that's what this tastes like.
Because you're actually getting, because sometimes with the Slurpee, you would get lots of syrup, and then all of a sudden it would get really dry and icy. Or just icy.
Yeah. No, that's what this tastes like. And actually, because of the carbonation being the way it is, it's a little bit odd because it's like it tastes almost flat.
It does taste almost
all
flat
too, but it's kind of a smooth creaminess to it, though. It's not just like a soda that's flat because it's got there actually is a little body to this. Like it's not just like a soda.
There's a different note of something else in there, and I can't quite figure out what it is, but that's funny.
I kind of like it. I don't know if I would like buy a bunch of these and seek it out, but it's actually not bad. This one.
It was like $2 a can.
I know soda's getting so expensive though, but at least this is a 16-ounce can.
True.
Not true.
Not. Are we going to try the fancy pour on that one too? See if it pours better?
Yeah, we might as well. Definitely easy drinking because it's so like the carbonation doesn't fight you at all.
It is. Yeah, no, you're right. There's no burn.
All right. So this one is same thing, except this one is smooth, creamy, easy to drink. Did it say that on that too? It did. Okay.
I think it may have.
But this one is Nitro Pepsi. This is vanilla draft cola.
I just thought the labeling was cool too.
Oh, that one's definitely was going for it. Maybe because I poured it a little bit too briskly. That one's doing a little better. You guys can't quite see it, but there you go.
Oh yeah, that's definitely it's
that
working.
one. Oh, that one's working overtime. I'm glad I brought a 16-ounce pint glass though.
That was good. Yes, I'm glad this wasn't 16 ounces of soda.
Yeah, exactly.
And we would have needed a bigger glass.
We would have. We would have needed a bigger glass for sure. But yeah, that one definitely a little bit more. All right, this one's gonna be a little more exciting to pour. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. Oh, you got a lot.
Oh, whoa. That reminds me of the beer that we had that time.
I could pour it back in yours. Oh, God, that was funny. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're getting a lot more of a show from this one for sure.
We are, yeah.
There's more nitro action going on here.
Are you looking for hot nitro Pepsi action?
You've come to the right place.
You've come to the right place.
AboutBeverages.com. We've got your
if
hot
you're looking
nitro
for
action.
It, you're looking for it. Hot nitro action. Oh, my God. Definitely the vanilla is coming through. Definitely get the vanilla.
Absolutely.
Do we just go for the taste now?
Yeah. Can you get there?
I think so. I'll work. I'll work through the foam.
Okay.
I'll work through the head to get to it.
It's not as overwhelmingly sweet as I thought. There is some other flavor in there at the back, and I don't know if like the serious carbonation of an actual soda disguises that, but there's something. It's almost like a nut, and it's not that though. But there's a heavier flavor at the back that I just can't figure out what it is.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
And sometimes you don't.
Yeah, this one's got nuts. This one, no, neither of them do. I don't think either of them are made with nuts. Yeah, this one is definitely not as sweet. I prefer the regular one better, like more. But this kind of like if you were going to make like a root beer float or something like that, I'd probably use something like this.
Yeah.
If you actually had like a real good vanilla bean ice cream and then we're using this, that would probably, enhance that a little bit. That'd be kind of nice. But yeah, overall, these are kind of an interesting novelty. I kind of like that the body almost feels like a little bit heavier. And it's very unique. I don't like, again, it's not something like, oh, I'm going out to the store. Well, I better get me some more of that Nitro Pepsis.
Pepsis,
but
please.
Yeah, like it was fun to try. And I mean, I would probably buy a couple more of the other ones just to have them, just because I think they're kind of interesting. But I don't know. Would you buy these? A
little fun novelty.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a couple, but
okay.
Yeah. Hey, like I said, it was worth trying. It's something different. We get in the delicious rut, as we say, of having the things that we have. And there's a lot of other tasty beverages out there, and so soda usually falls into that category for us. So
that's very true.
We jumped in,
and we have tried a lot of those other beverages, which you can see everything that we've ever tried. Yes, all in one place at AboutBeverages.com. 100% everything that we have ever done is on that place. If you want everything, recipes, podcasts, news articles, all that stuff, you can find it there. If you only want the latest videos, I'm totally fine with that too. YouTube is a great place to subscribe. You can follow all of our latest videos. You'll get a little notification when we've got new stuff that goes up there. If you don't want the notification, you can turn it off and just know that a couple times a week, we're going to have some new podcasts and archives of like this show here up there as well. If you only want audio, we've got you covered there too. Spotify, Google Podcast, iTunes. If you have a favorite podcasting app, just search for About Beverages and you will find us there. As well as there's some pillars that you can also look into as well.
The 3 pillars of social media that for us are Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to let you know what's going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier today when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around 5:30 Pacific time. We get together, try whatever happened, whatever we've planned or have not planned on. Sometimes we're getting a little bit better about that.
Whatever we found at the back of the fridge.
Right. Whatever we found when we turned around at the grocery store. I don't know. We'll get together, hang out, and chat. And also throughout the week, Andrew's going to let you know what he is doing in the gaming world and what he will be drinking while he is doing that. So follow us on Twitter for the latest at AboutBeverages.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a nitro-infused shot.
And that is a podcast. Mitch, how's it going? Good evening. Good to see you.
No, we don't always say that.
We don't? We don't want to say a nitro-infused shot?
shot?
I don't know. It could be. Maybe everything should be nitro-infused.
Nitro-infused.
Everything should be nitro-infused. Mitch, it's good to see you. We were in the middle of finishing up a podcast there. Sorry I did not respond right away. A rounded head with a deeper mouthfeel. I'm telling you, it's these kind of things. Great to see you too. How were the drinks tonight? Going pretty good so far. We've actually had a couple of them already. That was obviously the second one. Looking for the first there.
So you got comments on your pours there?
I did. A public relation. The pour was disturbing?
I didn't know that.
What was wrong with my pour? What do you want?
Frozen
Maybe
Coke.
the slow dripping of it on the first one could be
Slow motion disturbing pour.
But yeah, we've had a couple things. We actually did. It's Busty Lush is the name of the brewery. It's a 100% women-owned brewery. They had a She's Passionate Tropical Vice non-alcoholic malt beverage that was very good if you like sour things. Can you nitro infuse me? I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Is that what we're going for?
I have nitro nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
Nitro infused.
But it was actually really good if you like sour, tart kind of beer adjacent things. It was quite good.
Yeah.
Would like to try some other stuff. And then, we just tried both of the Nitro Pepsis for the first time. And they are definitely very interesting. Did they sell them in a 4-pack or they were all just
There
singles?
was a 4-pack and then they had singles there too.
Yeah. Was it cheaper if you got the 4-pack?
I don't think so.
Okay. Where'd you get this at?
Fries.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
It's good. Like I said, it literally tastes, especially the regular Pepsi one. Your pour skills were excellent. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I was like, damn, I did my best. The second one did get a little bit messy, but just
on the re-pour, that was the most impressive thing.
Yeah, the re-pour. You just have to go for it. I've learned that.
Yeah,
you just got to go for
really
it.
do.
I tell you, Sam, you got to go for it. Would you say it enhances the Pepsi, or is it just basically a completely different product? I would say it enhances the Pepsi. That's a good question.
I definitely say it.
How's that done? Like getting a colonoscopy, a
Nitro
infused colonoscopy.
Ow.
Woo, woo, woo. But yeah, back to is enhanced. It kind of makes it have a slightly different flavor.
It's definitely different. I think that's a good call that you said like a Slurpee or a Cola Icy or something, because that doesn't have that carbonated taste. It just has the sugary cola taste.
Yeah. And
that's kind of what this is, because it doesn't have that burning, but it's smooth. But it's good. So yeah, I don't know if it alters it.
It alters it. It's a different product. I know, like I said, because actually Lucky was the one when I mentioned it earlier. Luckier said he was like, oh God, those were terrible, or like he didn't like them. But I think it was because it's different like that, where it's like you're not expecting it. Yeah. So yeah, it's smoother because since it's nitro, the carbonation is not those really hard bubble. Like it's almost like no bubbles at all, really. Yeah. But the nitro kind of makes it feel a little bit more dense. And yeah, the best description, like when we talked about it, was, like I said, I agree, was that it was like it's getting an icy or a slush or something like that, like a cola of, like a Slurpee or something like that. I don't know if are there 7-Elevens everywhere? Anyway, Slurpee or an icy like cola. And then when it melts, you're just left with what was the syrup and kind of the water mixture where there's no carbonation. Right. And it has that little bit of flavor to it. And then,
it could have even been a little colder. Could have even been
I think it could have been. Yeah, it probably could have even been a little bit colder. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to try it. I normally don't drink colas in general, but it has me interested. Yeah, if you normally don't drink colas in general, I think it's something interesting to try. Like I said, if I do drink a cola, like I said, it's going to be usually Coke or Dr. Pepper. Maybe have one of them when you have all the Taco Bell that you're about to be forced to have, Mitch. If you like our overly sweet cola drink, try our overly sweet cola drink in nitro form. Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Without all the bubbles, without all those nasty bubbles bothering you.
I'm horrified, not going to lie. You shouldn't have put it on there. You knew people were going to get there at some point, Mitch. I mean, you knew people were going to force you to do
Taco Bell?
Yeah, he did a subathon the other day, and one of his goals were like if he got to X amount of subs, he was going to, because you've never had Taco Bell, correct? Was that what it was, or you just hate it? I can't remember which it was. But anyway, he never had, so then he said he would get a fair amount of Taco Bell. So So Bev, out of all the things suggested to me, literally all of it is below $50. Every single item altogether. You've never had it before. Okay, yeah, because that was his thing. Was like, give me a bunch of things to try, and I'll order those things from Taco Bell. And so my only suggestion was the Mexican pizza is about to be back on the menu at Taco Bell because they had removed it, and I said just wait till that comes out, and that's probably the best thing that they have.
Their bean burritos are fine if you're trying to stay a little safer too, but
yeah,
do that. But that's just on the
or
more
a quesadilla
boring side.
or something like that.
Yeah, we used to do the chicken quesadilla. The Pepsi, I got it at Fry's, which is just our local. I don't know where you are.
Fry's or Kroger, depending on the name.
Our local grocery store. So I'm sure anywhere that sells Pepsi probably will have it, or at least have it for a little bit to give it a try there.
It's like 14 items on DoorDash right now, and total's like $41. Yeah, their stuff is like overly not super expensive. We joked about it, I think, the other day. I think I even actually put up a TikTok about it where we were talking about Taco Bell came up, and it was like, it's basically like, we have 5 ingredients. How would you like them formed to you when it comes to Taco Bell? Because it's like, do you want it shaped like a burrito? Do you want it flat? Do you want it rolled over? Do you want it like in a taco? Do you want it like, it's like, there's nothing like, there's not like too many like items. It's like we have 6 different ingredients, and how would you like them shaped?
Condiments, a few toppings.
How would you like them shaped? Mexican pizza, they took that away. Yeah, I did not know this because I have not had Taco Bell in like forever. Yeah. But yeah, it has literally been off the menu for like a couple, I think like over a year, maybe 2 years now or something like that. But yeah, it is, I think the 14th of next month or something. They actually put out a tweet and they're like, we're bringing it back. We're sorry. We've screwed up badly. So, but yeah, like I said, I like this. The vanilla one doesn't really do too much for me. Unless you're going to have it, like I said, with a,
as a desserty
with some
thing.
ice cream or desserty kind of thing. But yeah, the regular Pepsi one, I would get again. I could see drinking that. I mean, and also it's like, the only thing that's a little scary is like, it was a little too easy to drink that fast because of the carbonation lacking there. Right. So that was a little frightening.
Yeah.
But
by Nitro Pepsi.
Yeah. Pepsi by Nitro. By day, Pepsi. By Nitro.
By Nitro Pepsi.
But yeah,
B-U-Y Nitro.
B-Y-O-T. How would it pair with a whiskey? I guess it'd be your chaser.
Boilermaker.
your Pepsi and whiskey Boilermaker.
Oh, yeah. A Jack and Nitro Pepsi.
That's going to be like the new, like, bougie, like, kind of beverage you want. Oh, I'd like a Jack Daniels and Nitro Pepsi.
And Nitro. Vanilla.
Vanilla, please. Out of a freshly open can. Don't give me any of that like non-open can business.
That's
right. If you want a new bougie drink. The worst part is I can see it. Yeah, you can. That's what's funny. It's because you can see somebody doing that. Oh my God.
Wait, is that Pepsi Nitro? Then no.
Thurston Howell III orders a Pepsi Nitro.
Love it, yes. First
I said vanilla.
I had my Yacht Rock voice on for a little bit.
Yacht Rock Radio.
Love it.
The higher class folk. I used to drink Jack and Coke, but now I'm a Jack and Nitro Pepsi man. Exactly. That's the new horrifying drink. I have replaced my Coke with... We've secretly replaced this man's Coke with a Nitro Pepsi.
Nitro Pepsi.
Let's see if he notices.
What happened to my... Where are my bubbles? Where's my burning carbonation?
I only mix my Pappy with Pepsi Nitro. Oh, God. I hate that. There are people that do that stuff on TikTok where they just try and piss people off with, it's probably fake, but like they just with like, oh boy, do what I want. It's like, oh my God, what are you doing? It's like,
yeah.
You guys are writing ads for free. I love it. I'm telling you, we could definitely market these things. And I actually clipped it from last week when we talked about Liquid Death. And they really screwed up on their mango. What was it called?
Oh, yeah. It could have been like
they called it Mango Chainsaw. And we were like, no, it should have been Mango Massacre or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah. So I've still got to put that up. But yeah, you can see, actually, you can see this guy on TikTok today. He's up on TikTok right now.
I'm on TikTok?
You're on TikTok.
Oh, what happened? What'd I do?
I showed you the clip.
Oh, that clip. That
if you see that clip, it goes everywhere.
Oh, okay.
If you see that clip, it goes on all of our social media things. It doesn't just go in one place.
Well,
you got to reuse every part. I was
worried about Danny Elfman.
You were very concerned about
he crossed over.
Poor Danny Elfman.
You said Danny Elfman and crossed over.
Again, he looks like death, but he is not dead just yet. I don't think they have any other Pepsi options. I would try a cherry Nitro Pepsi because I love me some cherry Pepsi.
That'd be good.
Which surprisingly, that is also very sweet, but like that one,
Draft Cola. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Draft Cola.
How to pour. Recipes. Wait a minute.
I
Draft espresso mocktaini.
Oh.
3/4 of an ounce of espresso, 2 ounces nitro Pepsi vanilla draft cold. Do they have another one? Nitro Pepsi ice cream float. Okay. I said it. I had not seen
this. And they
this.
use the vanilla.
I had seen this, and they're using the vanilla. Yep.
That'd be good.
Oh, cherry vanilla. Just using.
But you have to. Okay.
Look at how happy these people are. You can't see this, but there are 3 people very happy on the screen. Would it be like, I wonder what the legality of that is. Could they put together a drink and then say, or substitute in your favorite spirit? Like, could they do that? Or would that turn into like, you can't advertise alcohol with a soda type beverage?
I don't know why you couldn't say that. But I don't know. Huh.
Don't eat the espresso bean. It's just garnish. Crossing over with Danny Elfman. Yeah, it was from last week. We had
you can see that. It's there.
Yeah, if you go to Twitter, you can see our clip from Twitter or on TikTok. I think I forgot to put it on Instagram, so I screwed up. Well, that was definitely fun. That was interesting. So, but yeah, I think I'm feeling I'm feeling a little spirited though. I think
it's time.
I think it is time.
We need to cross over to spirits.
We need to cross over to something with a little hint of alcohol to it. More than a hint, like probably 80-ish proof, I'm assuming, at least. So, yeah, we've got a new gin that we're going to try, so we're going to go grab that. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to clean up what little bit that I did spill here on the table.
Not much. They can't even see it. Until we have the overhead cam.
It's true.
They don't even know.
Overhead cam's looking at us, but it's not doing anything right now.
Okay.
I don't think
it's watching us from a distance.
I don't think I can. Yeah, exactly. I saw it on a little site called YouTube. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Shameless plugs right there. There's another shameless plug. Go hit up all of those things. If you guys are not subscribed, do it. Getting very close to 600 subscribers on YouTube. Be number 600.
Oh.
And then I will beg for 650 and 700. You know the drill until I get to 1,000. But for right now, we'll shorten the goal. Let's just get to 600 and then we'll celebrate that. Celebrate the little milestones. The top of our current mountain is the bottom of our next mountain. Think about that.
The top of our current mountain.
Once you get to the top of the mountain, you're actually at the base of the next mountain that you need to climb.
That's true.
All right.
Until you run out of mountains.
That's true. Think about that. We'll be right back.
Have you heard about
AboutBeverages? Yeah, I have. It's a great website.
Here we are.
Been around for like 14 years now. Still undiscovered.
So I Married an Axe Murderer?
I have seen it. Of course I have.
And I guess there's something where he talks about some like sort of underground kind of society or something like that. When when he was in the father role. And I guess I guess he's actually coming up with a show or a show. JJ was telling me about
Mike Myers is?
Yeah, that's going to be like based on that little rant.
Based on that rant?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, God.
I don't know. It seemed like something you would have heard of. So
I have not. I know like it sounds like, because he's like been so weird, like how he had this huge, this time frame where he was just like in everything. It was just like, the like all that stuff. And then like, I don't even hear from Mike Myers other than like him randomly being jokingly in a couple things. Conan, Yoha, good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for the topic. I appreciate it. The Holy Roman Empire is neither holy nor Roman nor an empire. Discuss all 3 of those things. Hopefully you guys all got that fully discussed and hashed out before we came back. But yeah, appreciate you guys all being here. Now, a topic I want to bring up before we get into this gin. You came into the tasting room tonight. Before we started, we do our little pre-show. We're talking about things, kind of figuring things out. Halfway through, we're usually like, oh, we should just do this in the show. Why are we talking so much? And then we shut up.
It's true.
So at some point there, I think you shut up when you said that you had a couple shirt ideas or something like that. You had some like apparel ideas. Also, we haven't done anything with it yet, but there are actually new things that we can put our logo on as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Like what?
How'd you like a baseball cap?
Oh, that'd be fun.
There you go.
Okay.
And I forget what the other thing is.
Can you
I think
put
it's
something
a beanie
on the front and the back yet?
I don't know. I don't think so yet.
All
we
right.
have like 2 designs literally like
80%
80% done that we need to finish desperately. But anyway, so what were your ideas? You've got something. You're bringing them to the tasting table. We'll discuss with everybody.
I don't know if I should workshop in front of everybody though. Can our OBS go offline again?
No, don't do that.
Let me know when that happens. I'll bring these up.
Okay. Here, wait a minute. We'll do this. Okay, no one can see us. Go ahead.
There we go.
Tell me your ideas.
They can't see us.
Yeah. Oh, wait, they can still hear us, though. Damn it. That defeats that purpose.
You do it the other way around.
Okay.
They can see us, but they can't hear us.
I'll just do, yeah. It's like,
Well, I don't know if these are good enough to share.
You got anything in a deep V? You got a deep V? I don't know if we have.
No,
I don't know if we have a deep V yet. That'd be where the martini glass would go on each side of the V-neck.
Oh, that'd be, and then there's little, yeah.
Or you put the martini glass just in the right spot where the olive would actually be your nipple. That's exactly where.
I'm never drinking a martini ever again.
And we've got a gin for this. Give it a shot.
Yeah. Well, okay. I thought I heard the the Bruno Mars song, Uptown Funk.
Okay. Uptown Funk you up.
There's a line in it where he says, "Don't believe us, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Don't believe me, just watch."
So I thought it'd be funny if we had "Don't believe us, just watch." I thought that would be kind of funny. I thought that could be a good. It was just something I was like,
that's not bad.
Kind of.
Don't believe me. It's a Swatch.
Well, I do have one of those around.
You still have a Swatch watch?
I do have a Swatch watch.
What? Oh my god! Did you have the little guard across it?
I did. I don't have the guards anymore, and I had 2 swatches, but I've only got one of them still. So. The other one was there's the expression
"Don't believe us, just watch."
I thought that was good. Don't believe us, just watch. There's the when you are doing a house or renovation and you tear everything down and this expression "down to the studs."
Oh yeah, we got to take this down to the studs.
If we were super confident about ourselves.
Well, I think we're fairly confident because people are getting close to the Keith Flex, so he's been working out.
They're not getting that close.
Hopefully you're getting ready down to the studs. They're pretty close. Someone the other day was nice enough to reveal, who was it? I think it might have been Javman158, said he's got 500 and some thousand channel points, so he's getting there.
It's a lot of channel points.
So, I'm just saying, you've got a couple months to get your workout routine in general. Okay. We're got a good flex, and that very first one gets a little something extra, so I'll let you know. Like I said, then the channel point redemption for that goes up with every flex.
Wow. So
it gets more expensive,
of course.
So then you don't have to do it as often because I know you're not excited about it, but you'll do it.
Right.
Listen, I know the wrestlers get all the fancy ladies, the clothes, and the free creams and lotions. But my life is good. Really good. I get to wake up every morning at 5 a.m. and make some soup. It's the best. I love it. I get to lay in a bed by myself all of my life. It's fantastic.
You can see a realization come over his head. Come in his head when he's saying that he's like, "Oh God, this sounds terrible."
It's fantastic.
Lay in bed most of my life. It's fantastic. Conan, thank you for the nacho redemption right there. Make some soup. We actually made the other night. I put it up on Twitter. We actually made did our first take on a classic Italian carbonara.
Oh, I saw the picture.
Yeah. It came out pretty good. We'd make a couple little tweaks to just how we made it or whatever, but it was thanks to Stanley Tucci's inspiration with his wonderful Italy show where everything just looks super. This has half of an ingredient in here. There's almost nothing in here. It's delicious. It's and so we have, like I said, my wife actually got his book and had been going through there, and that was one of the ones that we found that actually was for the most part fairly simple. It never seems like you can find exactly the ingredients they're asking for a lot of time. Like that one was
because you have to travel to Italy.
That is actually, it says it on the first page, and so that's kind of where we screwed up. It said, if you are actually not in Italy, do not try and make any of these recipes. They will all
just don't have access to Italian ingredients.
Yeah. But yeah, we had never done anything like that before. And it was overall was pretty simple, but it was good. It's just kind of the sauce is literally just it's like an egg yolk Parmesan kind of sauce. You get the, it's not the white, so it's just the yolk of the egg, and that's just kind of what melts into when the hot pasta and everything else, and you make it was really good.
Sounds good.
Yeah. We actually bought these, I don't know if we talked about it at some point, but we bought these eggs that they're not cage free. They're actually farm raised. There's this new terminology which you use where it's literally every chicken has 500 square yards to run around in or something like that. Because even cage free, it's they still can be this tiny little space. So people are still concerned with all these terms, and organic doesn't mean anything.
Right.
So this
pasture,
pasture raised, maybe something like
maybe
that.
That's it. Because I think we have some of those too.
But yeah, so we got the and they're not that much. They're really not that much more expensive. So we just tried those for the heck of it, because every time we would see videos and people talking about them, the yolks are the darkest orange color you've ever seen. Like I don't know why that is. It could be terrible. Like maybe it's bad. Like
bad.
maybe these chickens should not get this much exercise. It's like, when they have like, beef, it's like, oh, this cow is too active, so the food's like really tough or whatever, something like that. But yeah, it's insane.
Those chickens had too much fun. These eggs aren't any good.
These chickens are, yeah, I love the make soup. Yeah, it is good. Your wife will eat egg yolk in a sauce, but not egg white in a whiskey sour. We just don't usually put it in there, but we actually, when we did that, we actually saved the whites to use in a whiskey sour. So there you go.
I've heard that is in there.
So that's actually very handy. If you're going to make that dish, it works out great.
You need whiskey sours and
you literally have it
carbonara.
split. Yeah. So we have it. So we saved the whites so that we could actually do that.
Or you could make meringue.
I thought about that too, because it was funny because I was cooking, I was dealing with the bacon and getting that rendered and getting that crispy. And then we were doing the pasta and like kind of everything going. And she had separated those in a bowl and she's like, oh, we could have saved these egg whites for something. She's like, what would you do with them? And I said, well, I'd use them in a traditional whiskey sour. And I said the same thing. I said, or I could make a meringue, which I probably won't do, but I could do that.
Whip up some egg whites.
I said, more likely would make the whiskey. She's like, oh, okay. And so we saved them. So we looked, because that was the other thing then too. We're like, well, how do you keep these? Like, how can you store them?
Just make an egg white omelet.
Do that too.
Could do
Could do that. And then I'd be really depressed that there was no yolk in that omelet.
Where's my yolk?
Yeah. But in looking up like how to store, because it said like you can keep in the refrigerator for like a couple days, basically just covered. And then anything after that, it says you should freeze them. And it actually suggests freezing the yolks in an ice cube tray, because then you can literally have portioned out an ice cube amount of the yolk. I was like, that's actually probably like a perfect amount in each little ice cube tray. So there you go. A little tip for you if you guys want to freeze your yolks and have them in just the right amount that you would use. Boom. There you go.
Yolks or your whites?
Whites. Sorry.
Okay. I didn't know if you were also, each little yolk would fit right in there too.
You could probably separate them out that way then too. But yeah, no, the whites, was put the whites in the
or you can just store them all together in their shells. No.
How do you like to store your eggs? Well, I'm weird. I like to store them in the shells.
I just keep them in the shells.
I keep them in the shells.
It's once you break them down, what do you do with it then?
That's right.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, so yeah, that conveniently worked out with that dish in particular. I was like, oh, we actually can save these and do something with it. I've got a new bourbon absinthe drink that calls for an egg white. Really? Oh, interesting. I've got to get like a bottle of absinthe, because there definitely have been a couple of cocktails that I've been interested in lately, and they usually like involve like either like some sort of whisper of absinthe or pouring, a little bit in there, half, a little half ounce of something or whatever. I've got to get some of that around. What is your do you have a go-to like absinthe, or did you just like buy one that kind of like was like, oh, this one's good enough? All right, let's get set up to record another podcast. Shockingly, that's what we do here at About Beverages. You missed out on anything we have done either tonight. You just came in, you said, wow, these guys are really cool. I wish I wouldn't have missed the other part of the show. Well, I've got news for you. The full archive goes up into YouTube on the following Tuesday. You can check that out. If you want to see just one of the smaller podcasts, you can go check that out as well, all on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button there. Greatly appreciated. We've been buying a small bottle for mixing. Okay, so just a small bottle for mixing. Do you actually use the bottle for the mixing, or no? Is it absente absinthe?
Absente.
That sounds like a joke. Are you making fun of me? I'm asking a nice conversation. Absinthe. What is this?
It's no alcohol absinthe. The alcohol is absente.
The alcohol is absente.
Absente from the absinthe.
It's an Italian non-alcoholic absinthe. It's called absente.
Absente.
Jesus God. What are you drinking? Absente. What is that? Absente. That?
No alcohol.
Absente. Yeah. That's too funny. All right. Well, I think we are prepared. I wanted to look up something here. Let's see. He's such a dad joke. It's this absente.
Absente.
Let's see. Does it actually say what's in here? Say what the other botanicals are? I have a little bit of info before we started here. Does not say. They want to keep it a secret. They want to keep it a secret. Okay. All right.
Secret.
I've got the secret. I've been hiding under my gin.
About my gin.
Yeah.
There's juniper, of course, but I won't tell you anything else. Okay. We're workshopping it.
I've got some botanicals. I need it for someone to distill to keep me alive. I don't know. I had like 4 words that I wanted to get into, like a
martini
song.
that's dry. Martini that's dry. All right.
I can't even.
Oh. Mr. Roboto.
Player, how's it going? Good to see you. But yeah, everyone just dropping in. Good to see you here. We are about to start a podcast. So as always, sometimes there will be kind of like a little thing of like, man, they're just talking. They won't actually talk with us. Well, when we're recording the podcast, I always like to try and make it easy on myself, the editor. And so I tell it's actually Keith wants to talk to all of you. And I said, don't do it. Stop.
I've done it before.
Stop. You've got to
Try not
wait
to do
until
it
we
now.
have
That's
little
right.
points. So
Right.
anyway, just letting everybody know we're about to record a podcast just in case. Doing good? I'm glad you're doing good. We're doing pretty good. How are you feeling tonight?
Feeling good.
Feeling good? All
Yeah.
right.
We've had some nitro soda and
Yeah, we've done a couple different things.
non-alcoholic beer, and now we're on to some gin. So
Some Nitro Pepsi.
It's a good day.
Didn't even have to use my AK. Gotta say, today was a good day. Ice Cube right there.
I'm assuming Pocket enjoyed the Mr. Roboto
Yeah.
gin riff.
Yeah, that was a little.
The gin riff. Okay. Oh, you wanted to sing it again?
Mr. Roboto thing's just to make me laugh.
Agree. What's in this gin?
Yeah.
I've got a secret. The recipe's a secret. I won't tell you what's in my gin. Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
I'm Juniper.
Yeah, Juniper. Juniper.
If you have watched any About Beverages for the last 14 years that we've been doing this, you know that we are huge fans of gin. And continue to be huge fans of gin. We have some that are obviously that keep showing up on the tasting table that we talk about constantly, whether it's Magellan or the Roku gin, or even Hendrick's way back in the day, which is still good. I think we have. I think our mom specifically still says the price of Hendrick's went up because of our review.
Because of us, it was us,
and we appreciate her saying so. But yeah, like we have always been huge fans of gin. That has been a staple in our family, and obviously making a martini of some sort. So I'm always on the lookout for one of those, as you are too.
Of course.
So yeah, long and the short of it, we do have a new gin, at least to us, for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Vulcan Gin from Redmont Distilling Company.
Yes, they are out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Really?
I desperately wanted to say Greenbow, Alabama, to make a Forrest Gump reference, but they are not. It is Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
It is gluten-free. It is 8 times distilled.
8 times.
Which is a lot.
That's a lot of distilling.
3 times.
Were they trying to turn this into a vodka?
Yeah, they could have been.
I hope
they actually
not.
also do a vodka as well, which most people usually that do gin also do that as well.
All right.
And we're glad that they at least come to their senses and make a gin, which we
Right.
appreciate. But yeah.
How did this get on the radar?
This got on the radar by kind of like how if you were watching the live show on Twitch, it's kind of the Nitro Pepsi thing.
Oh.
We were at our local grocery store and I was looking around. Yeah, exactly. Dr. Spock came down in a dream to me and he said,
Dr.
I have
Spock.
a gin.
Wait, that's Dr. Spock or Mr. Spock?
Well, isn't he a doctor?
Well, I think there's a difference between the two. Dr. Spock was actually a baby doctor.
Oh, that's true.
And
He
then
was.
there's Mr. Spock.
But isn't Mr. Spock actually a doctor in the
He's
show?
Mr.
though,
Dr.
too?
Spock to you. No, I was kidding.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I was at the like I said local store. I was like, oh, I want to get a gin that like I said, I currently have some Magellan right now, but I don't want to use it all up because it's one of my favorites. I didn't want to get another one. I went and looked. My other go-tos were not available, and then this one was sitting right on the shelf, and I was like, okay. Similar price to the Botanist. It's around $37, so it's not super cheap.
Okay.
But again, that doesn't, I'm fine with that. Like in my gin pricing, like under $40, I'm pretty much good with that. Like I use it as a mixer. But yeah, it just looked interesting. The 8 times distilled was kind of, and was obviously that was kind of like, I was like, wow, that's a lot of distilling. And then, you're getting it very clean. It is very pure at this point.
Right, pure gin.
But yeah, very simple ingredients, going with juniper and 4 other botanicals. So they're not going too crazy there. But just sounded like kind of the classic style that I was hoping for. So we're going to give this a try for the very first time. As you can see, nothing has been had out of this bottle.
Anybody? Oh yeah.
A couple martinis have been made from this bottle. We are always very honest here at About Beverages. My wife also enjoys gin, so we had a couple martinis the other night. So I have had that. I have not had this in the form we're about to try, which is completely straight.
Okay.
So that's what I do leave for the tasting room when it comes to this. So we will give this a go and see what we think. See if this is good in the application that I chose. Is it better in a gin and tonic, or does it not work in any of those at all?
Bear with us as we discuss the color of the gin.
Yeah, we don't like to usually go too quickly when it comes to that. We usually like to take our time. No, we're not even going to talk about that at all. We'll get right to the aroma.
I wanted to try to work that into conversation. It's a very logical gin. I wanted to get that in there. Sorry, HJ, I couldn't figure out a way to do it, but Mr. Dr. Spock.
That's that song by Supertramp, Logical Gin Song.
The Logical Gin Song, that's right. Logical Gin.
Watch what you say, or they'll be calling you a juniper.
Botanical. Oh, distilled 8 times. Okay.
Calling you botanical.
Watch what you say.
Or they'll be calling you botanical. Yeah, that actually works. That actually works pretty well. It's like I couldn't think of another line after that.
Botanical. And alcohol. Oh,
there are times when you drink too much and you fall asleep.
The questions run so deep. What did I do last night?
I thought I was okay. So I had this other one. Please tell me where I am. Where I am.
Where I am. That's good.
We could have been those improv
Where
comedians.
are my keys?
Thank you for the dark. Thank you for
Where
that
are my
player.
keys?
Yeah, we could have been those improv troupe singers. We're like, all right, someone give me a type of spirit. Give me a spirit. Okay, and now give me a 70s folk band. Okay, great.
All right, we're going to do a song with it now.
A song with it. It's really good.
Okay, Dr. Hook and bourbon. When you're in love with a beautiful bourbon. Okay.
That's the next one they got. Very good.
Right.
Epic improv. All this from Nitro Pepsi. The alcohol hasn't even started. Exactly. We have not even had a sip. What nitrogen does to your brain by About Beverages.
Maybe that's it. It's the nitrogen effect.
All right. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to be honest. I don't like usually saying this right. I think this needed one more time distilled. I think it needed 9.
9.
No, I'm just kidding.
Or one less, maybe.
Or one less. Either 7 or 9. Not sure what. I think 8 was really the wrong number. No, I think like
8 times distilled.
Yeah.
Like 7 minute and a half. 6 minute and a half.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. Yeah, it's like there's something about Mary.
Yeah.
Until someone comes out with 9 times distilled. What? Not 9 times distilled.
Can't do that. You can't do that.
But no, I think the juniper really comes through. There's a little at the very back end, like it's mostly like, again, very nondescript botanicals, but very nice. A little bit of citrus, but just mostly classic, more savory type botanicals along with the juniper. At the very end, I think there's like a little tiny hint of sweet. Like there's like, it's not it's not quite like the Old Tom Gin cream. Like that's not, but there's a little something
there's
right at the very end.
Licorice and
that could be
a
it.
touch of that. Oh, just a touch.
That actually could be it. Yeah. All right. You ready? But good aroma though.
Yeah. Very good.
Just good classic.
Kind of good. Yeah. Good classic, but some good notes in there.
All right. To the taste. They probably pregame. We pregame nothing, please. If you know anything about this.
Nitrogen poisoning.
When you accidentally nitrogen poison yourself into a comedy. Highest quality of entertainment that you'll ever get. That's right. This is top tier radio. I thought last week was good. This might be topping it currently right now. It's the best we've got.
Please tell me where I am.
Where was the downfall of About Beverages? Well, I believe if you point to the 21st podcast, you can see where they had totally peaked.
It was the nitrogen in the Pepsi.
It was the nitrogen. Rosebud is the name of his sled. It was the nitrogen in the Pepsi. What do you think speaking of that joke, what do you think is the territory of something being like still a spoiler with an older movie? Like, is there like like if something's been out for like 2 years, you can or should you always ask like, oh, have you like, how do you do that? Like, for me, it's usually I ask somebody.
You have to ask them, I think.
Yeah. For me, I usually ask if it's something I love and I don't want it ruined because I want them to see it. Then I ask, I'll be like, I'll be like, oh, it's so good because there's wait, have you seen? Then it's I won't want to spoil. But if they're like, I really don't care about, like, oh, it's, and then I'll probably would tell them then after that. But like, you make a joke like the what's in the box. Yeah. Like, we'll go to the Pelters. Oh, geez, I haven't seen it. It's like, well, that movie's like 15 years old. Like, what is that? 27 years? That's very specific.
27 years.
Because there's so many things where jokes are like made, and it's like, if you haven't seen the movie, like, is that like a spoiler kind of thing? Like, how long must you wait?
I think you ask somebody, especially if you want them to maybe enjoy it on the level you did, or even close to that, because it brought you a lot of joy. Then I think, you want them to see it.
But like, is Star Wars like Luke, I am your father? Like, can you make that joke? Like, well, geez, I haven't seen it. It's like, well, you should have seen it at this point.
Mainstream.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, once it becomes mainstream, then it's okay. Okay, I was just wondering.
And somebody just might not get it. Then you might make that joke, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah, and then you explain it, they're like, "Oh, I haven't seen that."
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Thanks for ruining it. Yeah, cultural consciousness at points. Yeah, like I said, at this point, though, that one in particular is, or like the Godfather, the horse's head in the bed, like those kind of references. Yeah. It's like they're not
made
quite
him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Right. Which he doesn't like 100% say. No. He kind of says like, but it's like how that's become iconic, but it's really just such a throwaway line. Like it's kind of funny. Wait, who is his father? Exactly. Nobody?
Have everybody out there seen Star Wars? Okay.
Yeah. Everyone in chat right now, I need you to answer. Have you seen Star Wars? Have you seen The Empire Strikes Back specifically? They're like, someone's like, I'm watching it right now. Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it. Damn you.
Funny. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty smooth overall.
I think so too.
I'm guessing it made a good martini.
It did. Yeah.
And
I
think
good.
It would be a good gin and tonic. A better martini probably, but still could work in the gin and tonic.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
It doesn't really go, it's a little spicy, and has the juniper. There isn't like that citrus note, which I think usually lends itself more to the gin and tonic, but it'll be fine in a gin and tonic.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine. Yeah. I definitely like, you can use kind of anything. Like I said, when it comes to the gin and tonic, I think it works for the most part fairly well. I just definitely with that, I like to lean more toward one that has more of a citrus botanical.
Yes.
Like I still want the juniper because I want to know that it's a gin, but then I like a little more of a citrus component. Like we always like the 209 gin because that was a nice citrusy one.
Yep.
A couple others that in my name, thoughts.
As you mentioned, the Hendrix, so that's always a good one too. Because
the Hendrix is too. Because it's got the cucumber and things like that.
That's good.
So that one obviously kind of hits on both of those. But yeah, I think I actually was pretty happy with this purchase overall. Like I said, the price could have been just a little bit more expensive because we were just at a grocery store, so maybe you could find it a little bit cheaper. I think I probably like I said, I don't like to compare too much, but I think I like the Roku a little bit more. And that one's a little bit more cost effective as well, but that kind of has some of these similar notes. That one has a little peppery in it too, along with this. But overall, like I said, I liked it. It worked well in a martini. And I think if you like gin and you're kind of like, if you're like us, where you kind of rotate around, like you don't always just keep the same one on hand, almost like a whiskey or a bourbon or something. You're always kind of, I think it's worth it.
Throw this into the mix.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Literally into a martini
mix.
Into the mix. That should actually be a segment that we should call. Do we call something into the mix? Would that be a segment? Maybe eventually there'll be a segment on our website, AboutBeverages.com.
Who knows?
You could find it there, possibly. If it's not there already, just check out everything else we have done over the last decade. Coming up, we're in 14th year now.
In the 14th year, yeah.
Okay, there we go. We're in our 14th year now on the website. Everything we've ever done is there. If you only want the latest videos, definitely check out YouTube. You can hit the subscribe button there. We'd greatly appreciate that. You can find all that you could possibly want in video form. If you only want audio, definitely hit up Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. If you have a favorite podcasting app, search for About Beverages, and you will definitely find us there. I guarantee it. To like 98 percentile, I guarantee you'll probably find us on those spots. As well as the 3 pillars, which those you'll definitely find us on.
The 3 pillars of social media being Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is what we use most often to let you know what's going on at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings. Around 5:30 Pacific, when we get together and we hang out and try different things and have some fun conversation, and that takes us all different kinds of places. But we enjoy that. And then throughout the week, Andrew lets you know what he's going to be doing in the gaming world, what he will be drinking and enjoying while he is doing that. So follow us on Twitter for all the latest at About Beverages.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
Not a nitro shot?
No, I should have. I almost should have done a Shatner shot.
You could have, yeah.
A logical shot.
Shaken, not stirred shot.
Yes.
And that is a podcast. Never seen anything Star Wars. Really, Guardian? That's interesting. Seen Star Wars, but not a huge fan of it. Yeah, that's not, not everything is for everybody. I totally get that. Watching right now, starting with Phantom Menace. Wow, you're doing that organization.
I'm going to start a paper right now.
I'm going to start a paper out right now. Into the Mix, trademark. We should trademark Into the Mix. I'm telling you, that could be a thing.
Into the Mix.
Oh, so the absente alcohol, definitely not alcohol free, 110 proof.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Absente.
Absente.
Still sounds funny.
Yeah, it does. It's pretty good. But yeah, no, I thought this was good. It's probably a little bit for the complexity of this gin. Probably a little overpriced, I think. I think you can find stuff that's probably a little more interesting. Like I mentioned the Roku at the end there, which different botanicals and all that. But again, that one's usually under $30. This one, like I said, again, if this one gets, like, if you can find this at Total Wine for closer to that price, I think it's completely solid. But at 37 to 40, I'd probably rather have a botanist, like the Botanist, or something of that nature. That's probably one of my better go-tos. Or actually even the one that we had that was from, I think it was from France. We had one bottle of it. It was the one I bought just because it had a picture of Frida Kahlo and stuff on it, because my wife loves her artwork and things. And it was actually a really good gin. It was like really good, but that one was right around $40. Mixed drink featuring the spirit of the week, except Pap. Yeah, except Pap. Not Pappy. Not Pappy at all. But speaking of beverages, you said you already had like 800 things for next week. So
I had a couple
I almost
of
don't
thoughts.
even have to show up.
I had a couple of thoughts. We could either, so if we want to revisit Merlot, we actually have a Napa Valley Merlot. Oak Knoll. If we wanted to do that, once again, just also too, we just got in. If we want to have something, there you go.
And if they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay, relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
Always got to have that at the ready.
And so I guess you're telling me no Merlot. So that's fine. Salt and Lime Lager Challenge. Because we have a stone, it's called Buena Vesa, and it's a lager.
Which I've had that.
Okay, and if you want to, I've never had them.
You've never had the Buena Vesa?
No, it's just not my thing. But
yeah.
We also now have the Firestone Walker's version of that too.
Oh, okay.
And then, not that I was going to buy it.
Oh, is that one also salt? They're both salt and lime? Okay.
Both, well, lime, it didn't say salt, but.
Oh, okay.
Then Scott was saying there was one from Founders, and it's called like Trace Tequilas or something, but he's like, yeah, he's saying it tastes like a margarita. It's a beer that tastes like a margarita. And I was like, or you could just have a margarita. He's like,
you could just have a margarita.
Too. So anyways, that was that. Or
Guinness makes a salt and lime really blau. That's interesting. Guinness makes a salt and lime.
Then also flavored sparkling waters. If we wanted to, we got a couple new ones in the Trader Joe's label. There's a lime and there's a raspberry lime, and I didn't know if we wanted to compare it to like a Waterloo or something. Anyway, I know the water, the water was a hot topic.
It
for
was.
us. So anyway.
Yum salt and lime stout. Oh God, I hope it's not that. Ooh. I think Guinness actually does some lighter. So Guinness actually has like an IPA and some other things too.
Yep.
You're from Baltimore, where their U.S. brewery is. Oh, interesting. Really? Okay, I was wondering where their like local-ish brewery was. That's very interesting.
Anyways, these were just things to kind of get the creative juices flowing.
Get the ball rolling.
Some things that popped into my head. But certainly, I would also be up for bringing over another kind of wine. We could do something else like that, or who knows what's gonna, like I said, pop into our consciousness in the next few days too. So
I could see HJ made a reference in the chat. Like I said, yeah, my wife loves all the artwork for the Buena Vesa stuff because it's all the sugar skull kind of looking stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of
cool. She bought like multiple shirts when we were at Stone for that. I'm like, have you not had the beer? And I bought a bomber of the beer then while we were there, and she bought those. And we didn't drink it for like 3 or 4 months. I kept like, oh, we should try that. We have like you're advertising this all the time. You should try it. And we finally had it, and she's like, it's okay.
Yeah, well, yeah,
because she likes IPAs and all that kind of stuff. Right. So it's not any of that kind of thing. But it was fine. Like it might be interesting to try that against someone else's version of it when it comes to Stone. I saw actually. Did we talk about it? Did you see Stone won their lawsuit? I mean, it'll probably go back to 9 other different courts, but did you see they won their lawsuit?
Oh, was that the one, the people who...
Keystone?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I did not see that.
Yeah, they actually won the like $50 million
because it just said
lawsuit.
Stone on the Keystone thing.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
The key was like really small. And they were trying to make people think that it was Stone. But they lost that. Obviously it'll probably go back in the courts or whatever, but it was a little bit of a victory for them. That was probably 2-3 weeks ago, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else.
We might pop in. Okay, here's another thing.
Oh my God!
Do you remember the Bear Republic beers? Racer X IPA.
Yeah, the Racer X and
then their rye IPA.
Uh-huh.
I actually they had those at Tap and Bottle last week when I was there, and I bought a can of each of those. I haven't had those beers in years.
No, I haven't either.
So
I forgot about Bear Republic.
Yeah, I had as well, and I was like, you know what? Throwback, got to do it.
Put the key back in Stone and throw it away. Yeah, just put it back in there and just throw it away. Throw it away.
So there's those as well if we want to return to the beer.
I'm trying to think of what would be. I don't think I have anything beer wise. I have some spirits that we haven't opened still yet that are still hanging around. I haven't decided if I want to open any of those yet.
I didn't have the stout though. I didn't see the stout. Maybe they'll have that.
Yeah, it was the Racer X, and what was the other one? Yeah,
it's their rye IPA. That's the one I have.
Okay.
So
I'm trying to remember. Had that one? I can't remember.
It's just been a long time. That was like they were kind of one of the early craft breweries. That,
I remember the logo and everything. Yeah, I remember looking for some of those. Yeah, the stout. Like I swear I had like a barrel aged version, maybe of that stout at some point. Can't remember. But yeah, that. Interesting. Yeah, the water thing definitely is. We're always getting new sparkling waters and stuff like that. Like that's still quite. And
even if it's just to open, I could just bring over.
Yeah.
Couple of those.
So it was a lime and a raspberry lime.
We have a lime and a raspberry, and then we also have a blueberry lemon, but we've had that since last year. So
we did. Have we had it though?
No, I don't think I've brought that one over.
It sounds unique. Is that one any good? Have you had that one?
They're good for what they are. I mean,
wow,
basic, seltzer.
Wow, you really talk up our next podcast.
I know.
It's a basic.
Well, that one I haven't tried the others.
Oh, okay.
Haven't tried the lime.
That one's
and the raspberry
very basic
lime.
water. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got that going on. What else do we need to do? We need to find somebody to raid as we're hanging out here. I'm flipping through, seeing if we want to.
Let's raid HJ.
We could do that like right now. Yeah. Little do they know they are streaming right now and being watched by several people. They're like, oh my God, I thought we'd put a thing over all the cameras. No, unfortunately he didn't. Do I have this? Oops, no. Wrong thing. Get that. There we go. All right. But yeah, all right. Well, it sounds like we definitely have some options. I'll see
Some
what I
things
have
to
to
talk
bring to
about.
the table, some things to discuss. But yeah, it was another wonderful evening. Thank you guys all for being here and hanging out. Always appreciate that.
We certainly do.
But yeah, we'll be back again next Thursday together, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern. I'll be on tomorrow. Let's see. Hold on. I got to try and figure out what's on. So we're on with Pacific time now, right? Right.
Pacific.
Yeah. So I'll be on around 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, doing some more, I'm sure, Destiny things. Pushing myself to the limits of gaming, as they say.
One more time.
one more time. Something, and celebrating something. That, no?
I was going with take it to the limit since you said push it to the limit.
Oh, okay. Or you could go with that. Push it to the limit. Push it to the limit.
That sounds like something from South Park.
It is. It's from it's actually from Team America World Police.
Oh, is it the I need a montage?
Yeah, it's I need a montage. Gotta be a montage. Showing you going from, what is it, a rookie to a pro, gotta be a montage. Montage. All right, we're going to go say hi to an old favorite. We're going to go say hi to Jav right now. He is doing some Destiny. He is doing the highest of the highest level content right now. He's doing some Grandmaster Nightfalls. He and Lucky are helping some people through. He's also currently doing the most difficult one of all.
Okay.
So we're going to go say hi to him and cheer him on. But again, yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll be back next week with some smattering of everything that Keith said, and I'll figure out something
or none
else.
of it.
Or
We'll
none
find
of it.
something else.
I would
It's
try.
all-
I
it's
would
all-
try a Merlot again. The last Merlot we had was completely fine. It just, like I said, aroma wise, I think that it kind
It
of
was
lost
better
it
than
on the
flavor.
taste.
Yeah.
The flavor like just kind of dipped out a little bit. Would you say that was the Merlot?
Absolutely.
Okay,
That
all
was
right.
absolutely what happened.
That was the problem.
That was the problem. The flavor wasn't there. The promise did not deliver.
The problem.
The aroma's promise did not deliver.
All right. See you guys next
everyone.
week.
Thank you very much. See you next week.